Hello everyone and welcome. Today I would like to talk about valid parentheses. This question provides you a string S containing just the characters of round brackets, square brackets, and curly brackets. Ask you to determine if this string is valid or not. The string is valid if opening brackets are closed by the same type of brackets and in the correct order. So how can we solve this problem? Here's a tip. Use stack, as the opening and closing brackets will cancel each other out in a stack manner. That is, A. Push all the opening brackets converted to closing brackets onto the stack, and B. Pop the top item to see if it matches with the closing brackets. With the background introduced, now let's write the code. So first of all, we'll initialize the stack to be an empty list. Next, we'll create a hash map for the opening and closing bracket mapper. If the key is the left square bracket, then the value will be the right square bracket. If the key is the left round bracket, then the value will be the right round bracket. If the key is the left curly bracket, then the value will be the right curly bracket. And that's our mapper. Next, we're going to remind ourselves the two steps using the stack and the hash map. So step one, we want to push all the opening brackets onto the stack. And step two, we want to pop the top item from the stack to see if it matches with the closing brackets. With these two steps in mind, now let's traverse through the string S. So for C in S, first we want to know if it's an opening bracket or not. So if C is in mapper, the keys means it's an opening bracket. Then we'll push it onto the stack. So stack append C. Here you can have a variation to push. You can also push the converted character, the closing bracket, onto the stack, but you can do it either way. So let's do the opening bracket version here. And if it's the closing bracket instead, so closing bracket instead, then we want to pop the top item from the stack. And this top item is open bracket since we append it that way. So we first of all convert it to a closing bracket. And we want to test if this item or this character, whether it matches with C or not. If it does not match, then we return false here. Okay. But what if the first few characters or the first character is a closing bracket? In that case, there's nothing to pop in the stack. So if stack is empty, then we also return false here. And finally, if through all this process, then the stack should be empty as the opening and closing bracket cancel each other out. So all the opening and closing bracket cancel each other out, leaving the stack to be empty. So finally we return, we test if the stack is empty or not. Right? And that's our code for this question, valid parentheses. Now let's test the code to see how it works. So we submit and pending and done. Let's see. It passed the test. Pretty good. Finally, we can analyze the code for complexity. So for time complexity is ON. Since we traverse through each character in the string just once. Traverse through S for each C just once. And then for space complexity is also ON. Since we use the stack, and the length of stack in the worst scenario will be the same size as the string S. The worst case equal to the length of S. Okay, and that's it. That's all for this question. I hope you find this video to be useful. Please feel free to subscribe for more videos. And I hope to see you next time soon. Goodbye.